We're talking to the tarantula first, the one and only Jalin Turner. Jalin, are you there? Yo.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
What's happening, Jalin? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying this early morning.
Yes. Now, you're not on Wi-Fi, are you?
No, I should be on my cellular data.
Because it's like super, super choppy. I don't know.
Double check.
Let's see here.
No Wi-Fi.
All right. Well, we can fight through it. It's just like it looks like a 1986 video game. But maybe if we fight through it, it'll look better. I appreciate you joining us. You're on a great winning streak. You're looking very good. Longest winning streak of your pretty young career, 4 in a row. What do you attribute the winning streak to? Why have you looked so good? All finishes, by the way, as well. The big win over Malarkey on Saturday, super impressive. But what's been the difference as of late for you?
I just told myself I gotta just put everything forward and stay focused. I had to take everything in as a whole. I just have to remember like this opportunity only comes once. I can't fight and do other things when I'm fight in the UFC when I'm in my late 30s. I don't plan on it either. So the time was now, and I adjusted. And also I attest this win streak to J. Cole because I'm undefeated walking out to J. Cole songs.
Wow. Always the same song, or do you switch it up?
Switched it up. Yeah, different songs.
And why him? Why does he speak to you? Why does he get you ready mentally?
It's I don't know. It's a good question because even in camp, I don't really listen to his music to pump me up and get me through training camps. Like I listen to his music when I'm like on a run, when I'm trying to like clear my head, or when I'm going on a hike. Like that's when I really like attest to J. Cole. But when I walk out, it just feels good. Like every win I've had in the UFC, I walked out to a J. Cole song.
And what was the one on Saturday?
Applying Pressure.
Okay. Is there like a secret meaning behind that to you, or is it just a song that you like?
It was just a song that I liked, but I also felt like it made perfect sense to walk out to that song because I'm applying pressure to the division right now. I'm getting noticed, just applying pressure in all facets of life.
Okay, so you have a really fascinating story. It's our first time talking, so I'm very excited to get into it. You grew up, playing all kinds of sports, but actually you really loved skateboarding, right? That was one of your favorite things to do. How did you get into skateboarding?
I had lived in a little cul-de-sac area, and I had some neighbors that skateboarded when I was younger. Mom got me my first skateboard, and I was like 8 or 9 years old. Just rode around on it. Didn't like really take it too serious. When I got into my teenage years, I started actually trying to skate and thinking oh man, I could be a professional skateboarder. I had friends that skateboarded, and yeah, man, I took it full force, dove in hard, and I got a couple sponsorships back in the day, but I didn't make it far in skateboarding. Nowhere near as far as I did fighting.
Any serious injuries as a result of skateboarding?
Oh man, all the time. I broke my arm. I broke my fingers. I broke my thumb. Rolled my ankles. Bad joints, knees, shinners, all kind of stuff. Skateboarding.
How did you get into MMA? How were you exposed to MMA? Because it was in your high school days, right?
Yeah. So my sophomore year of high school, I tried out for wrestling. I had a friend that just kept telling me, just come wrestle. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. Tried it out. It was the only sport my mom did not try to force me to do. And I enjoyed it. I loved it. I fell in love. It was the hardest thing I did. That Hell Week, that tryout was crazy. And lo and behold, I just had bad luck in high school, man. I broke my finger right before the season started. I shot in on a teammate. My finger got caught in his shoe. He went to take my back, and my finger popped out and broke. Doctors told me I broke it on my growth plate, so they recommended that I didn't continue wrestling unless I wanted a stubby finger.
Oh my gosh! And so what happened? What was the injury?
Broke my finger.
You broke it, damn. In his shoe.
Yep.
And was that it for you, wrestling?
yeah, so they ended up cutting the program the next year, and then they didn't bring it back. They tried to do a little wrestling club. I went to Summit High School in Fontana. They tried to do a wrestling club the next year, but some kid was being an idiot and was just being stupid. And then it's like something happened, and then he ended up hurting his neck, and then it was just a big thing. So they just completely cut it after that. So, that's actually something I do want to do. I want to try to bring that wrestling program back to that school if possible one day.
Now, when you got exposed to MMA and you're a kid, you're in high school, you're a teenager, is it true that you would do like fights in the backyard with your friends?
Yes. So that was my senior year. So that kickstarted my spark of wanting to pursue MMA. So I had my friend Aristo. He trained boxing and he trained Muay Thai growing up. He was like always like a little martial artist kid in a sense. So I was sparring with some other friends before him, and I was doing good against them. And I told myself, if I do good against this guy that's trained in an actual gym, I might have a chance. I might be able to do this as a career. We sparred. I did good. He didn't beat me up too bad. And I was like, I could do this. I was like, I could do it. Started training in my backyard. I didn't have a punching bag or anything. I had a couch. I set my couch on end. So I stand it up like tall wise, and I'd use that as my punching bag. And I'd watch videos of Anderson Silva, Quan Kicker, Shane Faison, and just learn techniques on my own. That's how I developed my striking on my own for the most part.
And Anderson was your guy. He was your favorite fighter.
Oh yeah, favorite fighter of all time. Still to this day, my favorite fighter.
Yet, and I'm skipping over a lot of time here, yet I do believe when Michael Bisping was preparing to fight Anderson Silva, you came in as the guy to mimic Anderson Silva, yes?
Yes, sir.
How could you do that to your favorite fighter, man? Come on.
Hey, I was a hungry young kid, man. I had to pay the bills,
Were you kind of guilty about that? Like, I mean, this is your guy and you're helping another guy try to beat him?
Yeah, honestly, in the beginning, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm betraying my hero, my idol, But at the same time, I was like, Bisping's paying me. I can't say no, I was like,
Have you ever met Anderson?
Yes, I met him. When did we fight? We fought on the Israel when he fought Israel Adesanya.
Oh, right.
I met him that day, and I was so hyped. I was I fanned out a little bit, tried not to get all super giddy when I seen him. You can still see it in my face in the picture. We took a picture.
No. Oh, we lost your audio there.
Oh, sorry.
Now I hear myself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you're back. Sorry about that. What were you saying? You said you saw it. You didn't want to be too giddy.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too giddy and fangirly, but in the picture on my Instagram, you can see it in my face still. But dang, where did we fight? Anderson when he fought Israel.
Yeah, in Australia.
Yes, and dang, where was my story going? I'll never forget what he told me. That's what I was gonna say. The first thing he told me was the secret is love. And I was like, I didn't understand it at first. And he was like, you gotta love what you do. You gotta do it with a passion. I love fighting. And I was like, oh shoot. So those words always resonate with me ever since that day. So yeah, man, it's crazy. He doesn't follow me back on Instagram, so I'm a little salty about that still. But
that's whack. That's what we'll try to fix that. Wait, so did he give you that advice, just uninitiated, or did you ask him for advice?
Uninitiated. I didn't ask him for anything. He just, that's the first thing he told me.
Wow. That is memorable stuff. And so some might think oh, you love the spider. That's why you're the tarantula. So that has nothing to do with it though, right?
It ties together.
Okay. Now what is it? Can we talk about this? I mean, this is when you were 5 years old, you had 200 tarantulas, yet I read though you used to be an arachnophobic, right?
No, not when I was 5. I had a bunch of tarantulas when I was in my teens, early teens, early 20s. When I was I think I was 15, 16 around the time when I stopped liking spiders, tarantulas, and I got one to get over my fear.
Well, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to get one to get over your fear? Why can't you it's not like you have to be in good graces with spiders. You can live not liking them. Why do you need to get 200 also? I mean, one I can understand, but jeez.
It's because I was never like that growing up. Like I was a big fan of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
He always like would do crazy shit with spiders and everything. So like I never had that growing up. Like I used to like play with black widows when I was a kid, like
What?
7 years old, 8 years old. Yeah, I remember that. Like jumping spiders. Like I used to love them. And I had friends that like hated spiders. So I was always constantly around them, hanging out with them every day. They'd seen a spider, they'd like freak out, like they wouldn't even want to kill it. And then like I just think like me being around that kind of like made me think like, ugh, like I hate spiders. And I got like I just remember one day like there was a spider in my house. My sister asked me to kill it, and like I didn't want to kill it. I kind of I got grossed out, and I was like, that's not normal. That's not me. I was like, what the heck? So, that went on a little bit too long, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get a tarantula. I gotta get over this. Like, this is not me, So, yeah, I got over it. Got one. I watched it drink water. It was crazy. Like, it was cool. It let me hold it, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta get more. Like, I started doing more research. I started like researching species, genuses, arboreals, terrestrials, and the whole nine. So I ended up with a bunch of them. I ended up breeding them. I was selling them. I was trading them, like you name it. Yeah.
Where are you selling and trading them?
Craigslist, reptile shows, like all over the place.
Man. And so at your peak, you had 200.
Yeah, about a little over 200, but yeah, about 200.
And do they all live together?
No, they're all separate, all in separate containers.
What?
I had like a bunch of like babies in little deli cups.
Okay.
And then I had like a whole big like entertainment section just stacked with a bunch of tarantulas and their enclosures, everything.
And you're a kid, so you're living with people, right? Like you have siblings, you have parents. They're okay with this?
Yeah, it was my mom and my sister. So funny story.
Okay.
I had bred my first tarantula, right? And I didn't test how small the babies were. So the container I put them in, I had a bunch of babies get out. I had about like 50 babies get out.
Come on.
And they were just all over the house, crawling over the house, like everywhere. My mom was like, what the F is this? She was so mad at me. Like she was livid. She was like, I'm spraying them. She's like, I'm spraying them, I'm stepping on them. Any of them things get out, they dead. From here on, I'm just let you know that. So yeah, I lost a few babies, but it was pretty crazy. My sister was so mad. She was so mad. I think one was on her like her bath towel one day. she cussed me out. It was crazy.
I would have kicked you out of the house. I would have just said, you got to go live somewhere else. I mean, this is unacceptable. Who's bringing... Come on, man. 50 babies. If your mom would have disowned you right then and there, I would have been in favor of that. I would have said she made the right call.
I'd agree with you. It's funny. I had snakes too. So I had a snake. I had a snake get out, and then she ended up getting me another snake, and I had that snake get out, and then she told me no more snakes. So she gave me chances. So I knew I was okay, with the babies. I know it was 50 at one time, but it was just that one time. So she gave me the chance, and so I got to still keep them.
Now, how many do you have now? Do you own any now?
I think I have about 27 right now.
Damn. And where are they? In your now you have a family now, or you live alone?
Yeah, I got a family. I got 2 kids, and yeah, I got them all in my room. So my kids like them. Like they'll watch them, play with them every now and again. They're like ask me to feed them. Yeah.
What? This is crazy.
Yep.
This is not a way to live. This is like people are deathly afraid of this stuff. Now, one time you weighed in not that long ago and you had it in the palm of your hand. The UFC didn't mind that you brought this out?
Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
I agree with that.
So I just walked out with it. I just did it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I did it, and it was pretty dope.
I think it's tremendously dope. I think you should do it every time. Would they be okay with that, or did they tell you afterwards not to do that?
I can't do it anymore. I guess you have to get your props pre-approved now, so I don't think I'm allowed to anymore. I haven't asked since, I didn't ask at all. But I haven't asked, but I do want to. I definitely want to.
Oh, it was sick. It was sick. Now, how long did you have it in your hand for?
I put her in my hand right before I walked on stage.
And where was it before?
I put her in a little critter keeper, a little container.
Okay. And have you ever been bit by one? I would imagine yes.
No, sir. I've never been bit by a tarantula.
Wow. That's amazing. And by any kind of spider?
No, none.
Damn. That's pretty amazing. I mean, they're all over your place. They're all up in your life, and you've never been bit by one. They feel the love, perhaps.
Yeah, man, I'm the tarantula whisperer. Honestly, though, you have to do something really, really stupid to get bit, because they're gonna warn you like before they even try to bite you. Like you're gonna see their legs go up, and they're gonna like pretend they're gonna bite you before. So if you just keep bugging them, they're gonna definitely put their fangs in you. I had an instance. I had a story. I guess another story.
Okay.
I had one get out. It was like sometime last year. It got out. It was gone. 10 days gone. I didn't know where it was. And I was freaking out. You know, I was just worried that she was gonna bite my dogs or something. Luckily, she didn't bite my dogs. I get home from the gym. I lay down in my bed, and I hear something hiss and rattle. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, oh, that's her. I was like, she's right there on the side of my bed.
Wow, she came back home. She came back to daddy.
Yep.
Speaking of dogs, now you're into this thing where you wear the suit and they come and they attack you?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want that? What is it? Bulldogs that come after you?
Pits, Malinois,
Pit bulls.
all kind of breeds. Yeah. I personally love pit bulls. That's like my breed of choice. But I usually work with like Malinois. My buddy has Malinois, and yeah, all kinds of breeds actually. But yeah, dude, I'm not into anything regular or normal. Like,
yeah, clearly.
Like, like it's regular to me, but everybody's so interested in it. I'm like, I've always loved dogs. I've been around dogs my whole life. Like I've been around animals my whole life. So it's just, it goes hand in hand. My best friend is a dog trainer, professional dog trainer. I asked him to help me and teach me and let me like learn the ways of, just decoying everything. And he didn't take me serious until one day, like he asked me, he was like, hey, I'm gonna be up at 6 a.m. Come if you want to. So I started going like maybe like, I think like 3 or 4 years ago. I would wake up 4 a.m, get ready, get my kids ready, and then drop them off, go see him and train dogs before I go to the gym. And
wow.
He finally took me serious.
And you're wearing like one of those big
dogs together,
puffy suits, and they run after you and they jump and they bite your arm, that whole thing.
Yep. Yeah. We've been training dogs together like 6 years now, but he finally took me serious like a few years ago.
And it doesn't hurt at all? You got to feel something, right?
Oh, it hurts.
It hurts.
Oh yeah, you feel it. Yeah, it's an adrenaline rush though. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's cool to like watch the dog progress and thrash and see what they can do, and like it's like sparring a dog.
Wow. And they never go for your face, right? Because you're not wearing anything. Like they never go that high.
No, yeah, they're usually not trained to go for the face. Like you can train them to go to the face, but if you have a face dog, nobody's ever gonna decoy your dog or work with your dog. So it's not really much of a point. It's more about sport work, It's like mainly like more sport training that I do, I guess you could say.
Okay. Have you ever been seriously hurt from a dog?
No, not seriously.
Okay.
No. I think the only thing that's really hurt me was skateboarding. Like that hurt me the most. And then obviously fighting, but not that bad.
Do you do like crazy, like do you like to jump out of planes? Like I feel like you're the kind of person that, right? No, you don't do that stuff. Okay.
No, sir.
All right.
I don't do heights. That's the one thing I don't do is heights. But I do want to skydive so I can just try to get over it. Like I just need to just so I can do it. I want to like die and say I jumped out of a plane, and I'm deathly afraid of heights.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, just the spiders and the dogs alone. And the fighting, let alone the fighting. I mean, we're just the fighting is like the most normal thing that you do. And that's crazy in its own right. You fight in a cage against another human being, and you're very good at it. So like I said, 4 in a row, tremendous win on Saturday. How soon do you want to come back? I would imagine you're not too banged up from that fight, right?
No, actually, I just got some stuff checked out. I thought I was more hurt than I actually am, but I'm good. So just gonna take like another like week and heal up, and yeah, I want to get back in there. I'm thinking July.
You want to get back July, and you're still pretty young, 26.
Yeah, I'll be 27 in May.
Everything's coming together for you. 6'3", towering over your opponents, taller than most of them, longer than most of them. When do you think you'll be like a contender in this division? When do you think that you'll be like, fighting the top 10 guys in your mind? When do you foresee this?
In a perfect world, sometime next year.
Yeah. I feel like that's doable. How many fights this year you want?
I want 2 more.
2 more. Okay. 55 is a great division. I mean, it is super stacked, but I mean, you have the skill set, you have the total package, and you're very marketable. I mean, like, you have a great story, you have a great personality, so I feel like the UFC should get behind you.
Yeah, I think it's starting to come along, I just had to, start showing my worth a little bit more. And, I've done it. I've been finishing fights, 4 finishes straight. I've making my name, just building my brand as we go. So I think they're gonna start backing me a lot more. They've always been supportive. They've had my back. So
yeah.
I appreciate them. And yeah, it's just time to just take it to a whole new level.
And you're not a big, like, I want this guy next type of guy.
Nah, that's not really me. I'll fight whoever. You guys seen who I debuted against. Like, I'll fight whoever. It doesn't matter to me. But I just talk to my coaches and management, so we stay more strategic and be a little bit smarter. Because if you leave it up to me, I'll be fighting everybody. Like, I don't like whoever. Like tomorrow.
By the way, are you a big Spider-Man fan?
Oh yeah, I love Spider-Man.
Is that? I mean, I would imagine, right? That's kind of. But he did get bit.
Oh yeah. See, in his story, we need a Tarantula Man or something.
Yes.
I need a comic made or something. Just a spin-off. It gotta be.
Man, it is like that time when you brought out the guy over there and he's like moving around in your palm. Terrifying. I mean, absolutely. The opponent? Who was the opponent? Was it Brock Weaver that you did it against?
Yeah, Brock Weaver.
Yeah, man, Brock Weaver. If I was Brock Weaver, I'd be like, "What the hell is going on here?" He didn't really seem to mind though.
No, I didn't do it at the face-off. I just did it when I stepped on the scale.
Oh, I thought you brought it out the face-off too. Just when you stepped out, when you're on, that'd be a little much, right?
Oh yeah, because if he would have smacked my tarantula out of my hand or something, I would have been fined. They would have got suspended because we would have fought right there.
Well, I love how unique you are. I love your personality. I love that you're always smiling and in a good mood, it seems like. So much respect to you. Congrats on all the success. Congrats on all you've accomplished thus far. The 4-fight winning streak, super impressive. The win on Saturday, super impressive as well. Keep doing your thing, my man. I'm looking forward to seeing you climb that ladder in the 55 division. Man,
thank you, Ari. I appreciate it. I'm super smiley because I'm hyped to be on your show, man. It's pretty crazy, super surreal right now.
Oh, awesome. Well, I look forward to having you back on very soon, all right?
Yes, sir, no doubt. I'll be back whenever you want.
All right, you're the man. Thank you so much, Jalin. Nice to meet you. All the best to you.
Likewise, appreciate your time.
All right, there he is, Jalin Turner. Remember that name. 4 in a row in the UFC.